This is Elise. So I'm streaming again from my laptop, so I'm just going to make sure everything is a-okay. So in the meantime, if you are here, please do let me know if you can hear me clearly. You can hear me on time, as in I'm not lagging. And how do I look? Alrighty, so let me see. Alrighty, cool. So welcome to today's masterclass live on Facebook. And this is super exciting for me because this is the first time that I'm doing a live masterclass on Facebook without a opt-in or anything. So you have an opportunity to ask me any questions. I would be going back and forth to the Facebook page to just see if you have any questions. So if you are around here watching live, please let me know where you're from. What's your name? Obviously your name would show. And let me know what's your intention for this masterclass. I'm going to just wait for a few more minutes and allow more people to join in. Please do share this video to your people, share this video to your community if they are interested in this topic. And what is the topic for today? The topic for today is raising your rates the only way to make more money and prove that you are worth it? What if you can maintain your rates, break your income ceiling, and impact millions? Would you be interested? Cool. So while we are waiting, please do type in your comments below throughout the session and let me know where you're from and let's start a conversation, because it's only really interesting if we have a conversation going on and I know what you're thinking, and if you have any questions that would make me more effective with serving you today. Alrighty, let me see. I'm super excited. Let me know if you love this Facebook Live. What do you feel? Alrighty, so it's 9:02 and it's 9:02 a.m. in Singapore today. It's what? Gosh, it's Thursday. Wow, it's so fast, and it's June. So half the year is gone and Christmas is coming around the corner. It's super amazing. Alrighty, so let's get started today. If you don't know who I am, hi Denise, can you hear me or not? Interesting. Let me see. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, actually I can hear myself. Alrighty. So like I said, if throughout the time that if you cannot hear me because it happened the last time, please do let me know and I would do my best to get connected again. As you can see, no hands, I'm not doing anything. Everything is as per normal. Alrighty, so let's get started. Super happy to have you here with us, Denise. And today, my topic is once again, is raising your rates the only way to make more money and to prove that you are worth it. There's so many layers. Okay, cool. You can hear me. Cool. So there's so many layers to this question, right? So in case you don't know who I am, I'm Elise Ann, and I'm the host and founder of the thriving Facebook group, The Spiritual Entrepreneurs, where we are hosting more than 17,000 members from around the world, and we are on a healthy growth to 18,000 members. And I'm also good, awesome D, awesome here. Good, hi, nice to see you always, D. And I'm also the founder of the Spiritual School of Money. Super excited about that new movement. I call it the Make Happy Money movement, which ties to my raising rates topic. So I want to just share with you how did this topic come about. As you know, I'm always transparent with you. I want to let you know what's my process in creating courses, in creating titles. As you know, if we run a business, we always need to stand out from the crowd. We cannot be, following the crowd. We cannot follow the herd, right? Therefore, it's the herd mentality. So I was looking through the community. I was looking through what my peers are teaching, and I really don't want to do the same old stuff, because then you talk about the same thing, which to me is very boring. So I only do the things that lights me up. And I'm guilty of this as well. I would teach raise your rates because that seems like what's everybody's interested in. And that's true to a certain point. Everybody wants to raise their rates. Tell me who doesn't want to raise their rates, right? I mean, I'm also always wanting to look forward to raising my rates, but there's so much art and so much psychology and science, if you like, behind raising your rates. And so I'm talking to you if you are a new coach, new healer, new in business. It's applicable, because at any time in your business, whatever business that you run, even the blog shop business, at some point you will raise your rates, right? And so, I patronize this particular blog shop for many, many years, because first they were super affordable. Blog shops started off as super affordable, and now their rates are comparable to the big brands like H&M, Zara, and even Forever 21. And then you would think, then why would you want to buy the blog shop stuff? But so they have to keep themselves competitive, and so they would create a shelf and that kind of thing. And so the blog shop that I patronize started off like with $24, like a simple shirt like this, and now recently I looked at it and it was like $32. So they do raise their rates. And the thing is, their business is continuously growing. They have a large crowd now, and they are still raising their rates. So I want to get this clear right from the beginning. I have nothing against raising your rates. Raising your rates is not the same as charging your worth. Did you hear me say this right? So raising your rates is not the same as charging your worth. And to be honest, hey, hi Bernadette. Hi, how are you? This is the first time we are meeting live. I'm super excited about this. So I just want to get this clear right from the beginning. I have nothing against raising your rates. And so I was looking at the community, raising your rates, and everybody's making 25K, 30K, and all that kind of thing. And people are going into a frenzy like, oh my God, there's something wrong with me if I can't make 5K. So let me bust some belief systems here. I mean, at the beginning, who doesn't 30K seems like a very nice number to make. It's a good income, right? I admit, I enjoy that. So let's just get this out right at the beginning. There's nothing wrong with money. It's okay making a lot of money, because God and the universe and the divine wants you to make a lot of money. Now, there's a lot of emotional feelings that's attached to making a lot of money and charging what you're worth. And definitely raising your rates is part of charging what you're worth. But when you are at the beginning and you aim to charge 10,000 because that seems to be like the normal thing, what's going to happen is you're going to go into this, first of all, spiritual bypass. Second of all, you're going to go into this overwhelm, like, I'm not good enough. Why can't I charge as much as those people? So I used to fall into this category, teaching people how to make 30K in 30 days and that sort of thing, because that's what the market wants, right? And so you teach what the market wants to learn. But now times have changed so rapidly. People get it. People are sick and tired of make 30K in 30 days. Are you sick and tired of it? I mean, there's nothing wrong with making 30K. It's just, is it really possible making 30K in 30 days? I did, my first breakthrough was, I did it, and I can't remember how long did I take. I think about 3 to 6 months, but because I was crazy, I was really going for it. I was hustling. But the truth is, in between where you are and your goals, it's your fears and your belief system and all the whatever it is, right? And so the faster you can break this down, the faster you can get here, right? The thing is, that's what they say. It takes about 30 to 90 days. It takes about 30 days if you're fast, doing it every single day. But let's be honest, how many of us are religiously working on ourselves because shit hits the fan, the cat falls sick, the kids fell down, and, the window breaks and that kind of thing. And then we're kind of like taken off track. So to be staying committed requires discipline. And in order for you to make 30K in 30 days, it requires a lot of discipline. And so between that is our fears, our inadequacy, our self-worth, and that kind of thing. And this is the period that is the toughest, I guarantee you, but it will pass. So um what's happening is, I was going to tell you how did I bring this topic up, and I'm like, but the truth is raising your rates equivalent to how much is it, does it determine what's your worth and whether you love yourself or not? I don't think so. So, and people nowadays are questioning, is it even possible to make 30Ks in 30 days? Is it even possible to make six figures in a year? Yes, it is possible. But my question is, what's the rush? What is the rush? Right? I was reading this book, and they were in this book, it was saying that people used to live till 800. And if that is true, and if we can replicate that, it's just our belief system, right? If somebody does that, you see, now people are, Irma is aiming to live 100 right now because her own mother is still alive at 100. So it's breaking her belief system that it is possible. So let's just pass that 100 mark first, right? And let's assume that we can live till 800. Then where you are right now, you are a baby. You are a baby. God didn't say you have to live till 60 or 100. God didn't put a cap on that. Human beings did. So whatever your belief system is, it's probably given to you by the big belief system, which is the society, and the little baby system, the baby belief system, which is, people around you. And right now, at a ripe old age as an adult, you can now choose the belief system that you desire and it needs for you to go to the next level. So there is the big belief system, then there is the baby belief system. All right. So you don't have to follow this. Who says we have to die at 100? Who says we have to die at the age of 60? Who says we have to age and like at 50 it's old? Who said that? Nobody said that, but we just, we just unconsciously believed in that belief system. So likewise in your business, you have to have the faith and the courage to question status quo, because when you start questioning it, then your belief systems get shaken. All these I am teaching my students in the Spiritual School of Money, because although I teach money, it's not really about money. It's about developing who you are. And when you're confident, you can charge your worth, raise your rates, how to manage money. This is the big thing as a woman, and especially spiritual women. Like, oh my God, I'm so spiritual. I can manifest for this and this and that. And to be honest, manifesting is tiring. It's like leaving to fate, and it's like there's no sense of security. No wonder so many people want to quit their business and go back to a job, because they all want that security. So when you manifest, you have to test your muscle of your faith muscle. But that being said, you want, as a human being, we want security because that's our basic need, right? So it's like manifestation is tiring. When I was just starting out as a coach, I would manifest 5 new clients for survival. To be honest, I wasn't really thinking too much about my clients because I just think about myself. It's really about my survival, right? I mean, be honest here. I know you have a mission. I have a mission too. But when I was surviving, really, quite frankly, I wasn't, completely 100% focused on my clients because I just wanted their money. You know what I mean? And so you've got to learn how to get out of survival. When when you are out of survival, then you can focus on your clients, and you can then live your mission authentically and really be that person to help. Even if they're not paying you, um, it's okay because you are all backed up. You have the security. So let me share a story with you. So, I'm not doing love coaching anymore, but once in a while, there will be little emails that comes in and that requires my attention. You know what I mean? So there's this lady, she wrote to me. It was a long email, okay? I mean, it's a long email here. And I was like, oh my God. If you are in my Spiritual School of Money, you know that I don't need background story. Just tell me what it is, and we just dive deep and just eradicate your story and just work it out. So she gave me this long story. And then right at the beginning, she said, I hope you'll read to the end. And of course, I'm a skimmer. I skim, and I left it there for a couple of days. And then my conscience pricked me. My conscience pricked me because, you know, now I'm all about serving the people, serve the people, serve the people, serve the people. And then I'm like, I'm not even going to pay attention. Okay, my ego says this. I'm not even going to pay attention to this woman because I know she's not going to pay me and I'm not going to do discovery call. Right? Are you guilty of this? I am. I'm a human being. I'm telling you. So, and then it came back to haunt me because obviously there's something there, and God is just telling me, like, hello, I mean, are you that money faced? I'm like, yeah, I am. So what happened to serve the people? And I'm like, yeah, you're right. What happened to serve the people? And you know what? Um, I was thinking to myself, if I'm going to be put in a leadership role, um, in my own business and in my own community, then I can't be so calculative all the time. It's not always about the money, right? Because when you are in survival mode, then everything you do will be tied to the money. But I invite you to think about this for a moment. The reason why you do what you do is probably to change lives and to help people. Then if you're always focused on the money, it's going to be very, very miserable. So hang on, I know this topic is about raising your rates, but this is, I'll be coming to it, and I'm sure you're enjoying my, you know, my teaching, right? Otherwise you won't be here. um, so I told myself, right, yes, you have a point. He always has a point. And I will reply her, and I'm not going to be focused on whether or not she will hire me or not, because at the end of the day, think about this. If it takes a lot of courage to write to a stranger and tell her or him your entire situation. So I have to put myself in the situation, and obviously she feels that she's in a very desperate situation. She's wrapped up in her story, and therefore she's writing to me, right? I am nobody to her, but yet she's sharing her entire life story with me. So I've got to respect her for that and respect the fact that it's another life, you know? So I will write to her, and that was my revelation. So I want to invite you to also think that if you are put in a leadership department, in the leadership role, then everything you do does not always equivalent to money. We call it the S11 in Singapore because that's a dollar sign. So depending on whatever your currency is. So, and I'm like, okay, right. So going back to raising your rates, does that equivalent to your self-worth? Let's just take money out of the equation for a while. Why you do what you do is to help someone. Before you can help someone, you need to make sure you are mentally, emotionally, and probably financially sound. You know, people talk about being healthy. When I say healthy, what do you think about healthy? Oh, I'm in the pink of health. It's all about the health. I am fine. You know, it's the health, literally health, right? But I invite you to think further. What does being healthy mean? You know, the other day I was doing my baked rice, and I'm very clever live-in helper and nanny with me, so I don't cook at all. But that day she took my kids out, and I was really hungry and I really wanted to eat the baked rice, and so and usually my husband would do the hard work for me. So I put in and I took it out, and well, he actually took it out for me, but I forgot that it was really hot, and I just lightly just brushed the bowl, and it hurts so much. I'm like, oh my god, such a small little thing, but it hurts so much, and I just sat there like, oh my god, I can't move because it's so painful. So that's health. I'm healthy. Like, I'm breathing fine. I'm healthy. My white chromosomes and my red chromosomes are balanced. My red cells and my white cells are balanced. I'm healthy. I'm not having a fever. I'm healthy. But this one little patch of this small thing right here, compared to the size of my body, it hurts. So think about holistically in your life. Are you healthy in all areas? That's what it means. So if you're not healthy in your financial department, it's going to affect your relationships, it's going to affect your decision, and it's going to affect you really in your health and your stress level, and you're worried. So don't just underestimate the word health, right? I invite you to really think about your health in all areas, because let's face it, money is something that affects our health. All right, if you are always chasing money and then you fall sick, and all the money that you have made, it's going to be used to nurse yourself back to health. right? And if you don't have enough money, you are going to worry yourself to stress, right? And that affects your body. So don't tell me money is not important. It is. I'm saying important, but it's not your point of worship. Okay? So let go of all the, oh, money is not important. I don't need to. Yes, money is important. Try not, to have any money and live for a while and see what happens. Your quality of life would decrease, and there is really nothing wrong with wanting to make more, because that's what life wants for you. It wants you to have more, right? The love of money, there's nothing wrong with loving money. It's the greed that is the root to all evil. Money is not the root to all evil. Okay, so going back to raising your rates, is it the proof to self-worth? I would say it's not. However, that being said, if you are ready to raise your rates, then by all means, go ahead and raise your rates. So I would say, when in terms of learning how to manage your money, this is the thing. We are good at manifesting, we are good at making money. Managing money is a different story. That's why in the spiritual school of money, the first module, I've invited my friend. He's below 30, but he has 3 properties. Come on, ladies, would you want to have 3 properties as well? That's that security. You can't be possibly working all day. It's a choice to work. But if we are working for survival, then at some point it's not going to be fun anymore. Even if it's in your business, it's going to be like, oh my God, right? So I've created the spiritual school of money, not just to teach you how to make money. It's about who you become, and managing your money and growing your money, so that money at some point can work for you. And that, my dear friends, my sisters, you need to let go of a lot of belief system, because you know how to do it. You know how to make 1 million. I'm sure you know how to make 1 million. Then why are you not making 1 million? Because it's between where you are and the results. It's in between these little things. And Carl Jung says, until you make your unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. So it's these little unconscious belief systems and unconscious values that is unconsciously sabotaging you. So this is why I've created it. It's about making money, yes, but it's also about freedom. It's about developing who you are as a woman, to become the bestest self, become the best version of you. All right. So I have a few students here. D is one of the students, and Irma as well. You can talk to them and see what it's like being in the school. And so, how do you raise your rates authentically without feeling like a fraud? I know this fraud thing is also a big thing in the community. So I don't want you to compare yourself with other people, because you are on your own journey. Okay, I don't want you to compare yourself with the expert right now, because it is impossible to compare where you are right now with them, because they have so many years of experience and effort and knowledge put in, and you are just here. Okay, I don't care how old you are, but if you're starting your business right now, consider yourself as in the infancy stage. You don't expect the baby to fly when it's 7 months old. Then why would if you are 7 months into your business, why do you think why do you expect yourself to fly, right? So give yourself a pat on the shoulder that you're starting a business, and give yourself the opportunity to learn. So when I started my business as a healer, I was charging $10 per reading, $20 per reading, and that's how I grew from there. And then when I got into some MLM stuff, even if you are in network marketing, your money belief system, your money story is so important, because I was in it for 8 months, struggling. And here you are, you see your own upline and mentors making it so big, so it means it's possible. So what's stopping me? It's my belief system. Ultimately, I don't believe that network marketing works for me, but I still continued with it because the passive income was so attractive, right? So again, I made the decision based on money, but I was literally struggling for 8 months. I was in the bleed. I quit my business overnight. And then when I restarted my business, I had to somehow start the engine again, because I really gave up my clients. And as you can imagine, you got to just and start again, right? So yeah, if you stop the momentum, everything goes back to beginning. And so I was doing free readings. I was, asking people to come in to for healing, and in exchange for a testimonial, because I know testimonial sign is so important. And really, at that point, if you're at this baby stage, you know, you may not even have the confidence to charge, say, $300, right? You may not have the confidence to charge $300. Then you feel like a fraud. The key to deciding how much you know to charge is you don't undercharge, neither do you overcharge. At that point of time, I literally felt like $10 was a good rate. Really, because I was just starting out as a card reader. I mean, it's like, what if I say the wrong thing? Like, what if the messages don't come? Like, you know, I have so much work to do on myself as well. So $10 is a good rate. You know, I don't feel shit about myself. I don't have to over deliver. And of course, at that time, I overcompensate, right? Like, people would book a 30 minutes and I would let them stay for 2 hours. So it happens to everybody. So then you build your confidence, you develop yourself, and then you would get to a point where you know that you are undercharging, because you're no longer the same woman, and you can then afford more services at a high end level. Or you can even um like, you just know how to manage your business, hold VIP days like in a luxury hotel. And when you hold it in a luxury hotel, cost increases, right? So you got to increase your rates as well. So the number of times you want to talk to your clients, and the kind of attention, and so you charge accordingly, right? But when you are starting out at brand new, you may not have all these experience, and as you build your experience, you can raise your rates. So right now, at the beginning, you don't raise your rates just to prove that you are worth it. The time will come. How do you know? Your body will tell you. You will know that when you're, you know, let's say you want to charge 1,500, and then you would feel a drain in your body. Okay, so again, I invite you to think about your impact in the world, right? I mean, having one or two five high-end clients are really cool. You know, it's nice because you give them private attention, you see the development going really well, and you really help them one-to-one basis. It's really nice. But to be honest, I don't want to fill my entire practice, my entire clinic. Not really, I'm the doctor, right? I don't want to fill my entire business with 20 private clients. Then it's good money, right? Just imagine 20 times 10K, that's $200,000. It's really, really good money, right? It's good money. You become one of the top earners in the world already. But to be honest, it's still trading time for money. Do you know what I mean? So you need to ask yourself, hey, Safrina, how are you? So at some point in time, you need to ask yourself, yes, you would desire to make money. Is there a smarter way to make money and also to impact a lot of people and change a lot of lives? Because that's what you are here to do. First of all, okay, let me be clear. You are here to change your own life first. So in case you haven't heard me say this or heard me say this before, if you want to change the world while your life is a sucky place, you are kidding yourself, because who you want to change and what you want to change is not the world, but yourself. The world doesn't need you to change. The world doesn't need, you get what I mean. The world revolves with or without you. The world will kind of like, Mother Nature is smart. Hello, have you forgotten that we have the God, we have our Father, and we have our Mother, the divine, the Heavenly Father, and the Mother Earth, right? They are still in charge here. Hello. So when Mother Earth is angry, she'll just have some, recently Jakarta, was it yesterday or the day before, had some earthquake. So if she's angry, she boom. I'm not that she's angry, but I know the plates kind of like gushed. If she feels like doing it, she feels like doing it. If there's this tsunami that God decide to throw, then he just, they are still in charge here. Okay, so don't worry about overpopulation. Don't worry about the petrol is gonna be gone. The gas. Look, Elon Musk just came out with this that Tesla, right? Tesla car that is on, I don't know what is this, but electric car. So as you can see, so you don't have to go into fear, because when the time is ready, whatever that is needed for the earth to grow, somebody would channel it, somebody would, kind of like figure it out when the time is right. The technology for iPhone 6 or whatever smartphone that you're holding, it's already available, say 100 years ago. And I'm not sure if you read this ancient post where in some ancient world, I can't remember where it is, there was this little mobile phone. Do you remember in those years, those times, this big mobile phone like the water bottle phone? Do you remember? So in the ancient times, they found like the artifacts, right? This mobile phone look alike. So it's like, and as spiritual people, we all know this new age stuff. It's not new age. It's actually been here for ancient so many years. And why do we call it new age, right? It's just so weird. So rest assured that the world will take care of itself. You don't have to worry about the world. When the world gets to a certain threshold, some genius would come up, he would channel some ideas down and save the world, and because it's time. So you don't actually have to worry, because if you are meant to be the one who's saving the world, when you work on yourself and you create that clear channel for you, you would have that idea. Just like my spiritual school of money, the idea was present, like in the etheric world. It's there, and so many people have the school, like teaching money and all that kind of thing. You know how I know that I'm meant to do the work, that I'm meant to do the work? It's I go to GoDaddy. I go to GoDaddy and see if I could purchase that domain with ease and grace. That's how I know that God's speaking to me. Because if somebody has done it already, that means that's somebody's idea. It's not mine. And I purchased the spiritual school of money with ease and grace. And I'm like, this is such a beautiful name. Why didn't anybody purchase this? Why didn't anybody think about this in the spiritual community? Look, the spiritual community, my community is like almost coming to 18,000, and there's a wide community out there. Why didn't people think of this? Because I'm the one who's supposed to be doing this. So you are supposed to be the one doing what you do. You have to keep your channel straight. Many, many years ago when I started, I literally thought I was going to just retire as a healer, like die as a healer as well. I really thought I was going to die as a flight attendant, like I was just going to retire there. But the soul knows better, right? And you may have this vague idea or vague vision of who you can become. But why are you not living that vision yet? Because you're not that woman yet. Everything is about vibration. You know about law of attraction, right? So let's talk a little bit deeper about the law of attraction. So if it goes back to raising your rates. So if you are raising your rates for the sake of raising your rates, you are not going to get very yummy clients because your vibration is off. Right? So if you are meant to be the woman that you are meant to be at this, say 10K, because everybody's obsessed with 10K, right? So you ask yourself this question, who do you need to become? And you ask yourself this honest question, are you that woman yet? Right now? If not, then you've got some work to do, and that's why I created the Spiritual School of Money. If you are interested, go to spiritualschoolofmoney.com. For the first month, it's just $3. I've decided to maintain it because I get it. You want to see what's going on and how I teach. I totally respect that. Every month it's just $33. So here's my other thing. I'm not raising my rates. In fact, I'm lowering my rates 5,000 times. Why? Because it goes back to me being a smart businesswoman as well. Because now that I have a community, I know what my community wants. Now, when I was starting, I didn't have a community. So your fastest path to cash would be one-to-one clients charging 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. At some point in time, you have to grow your community. You got to grow your tribe, right? So as you grow your tribe, you know what they want. And when you are ready, the idea will be downloaded to you. So you actually don't have to do anything. All you need to do is just work on yourself. And when you're ready, God gives you the signal, and just freaking do it and just follow what God says. It's like if you are struggling, it's because you're not listening to instructions, so to speak, right? That you're just doing it on your own. So it goes back to raising your rates. It's $33 a month. Why am I doing this? You might think that I'm lowering my rates, but no, my intention is I know that there are a lot of people on the base level who needs financial help but may not have the money yet, so they think, to pay 15,000, 5,000 or whatever it is. I know they desire it. And you see, there's a desire for these people, and that's why they're in my school. And that's why I'm so passionate about helping them, because they know they have this desire and they just don't know how to do it. You know how I know? Because I used to be one of them. I wanted to charge 30K. I wanted to charge 10K. When my first coach told me that, she obviously loved coaching because I was, the love coach. And she told me she charges 10K to help someone find love. And I almost fell off my chair. And I'm like, what? Does anyone pay 10K to find true love? I mean, it's like, it's like mind-boggling because I didn't pay 10K to find my husband. I don't think you had to too. So it was mind-boggling for me because at the time coaching was new to me and this Kao Young work is new to me, and she works deeper than that. I also work deeper than that now. It's about the belief system, about the money, and about becoming who you are. So it's definitely worth 10K. But on the surface, what, 10K to find true love? It doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't make economical sense. The ROI is just off the charts. So she said something, if you don't believe it, you won't make it. So here's the truth. There are people out there making 10K, 20K, 25K. And I interviewed this Forbes writer and she was saying this coach was making $250,000 per client. And so that is possible. And I want you to know that that is possible for you too. So in between that is this little thing. And that's what the school is here to do, to help you break down so that you can charge 225K. Everything is about your belief system. So I want you to think about this right now. What's your rate right now? Could be $10, $100, $250, whatever it is. You obviously feel comfortable in this. I don't care whether you feel like you're undercharging or what, but the fact of the matter is you feel comfortable saying it. So now I want you to think about, now let's just like move through. You are charging $250,000. How does that make you feel? Usually what people tell me is, yes, I would love to charge $250, $250,000, but it's like, I'm scared. Like who would pay me this money? Guess what? Every level that you go to, you would have this new level and new devil, new level, new level, new devil kind of thing. So that's what to rinse and repeat. Even when your aim is 5,000 and you think like, oh, by the time I hit 5,000, all will be sorted out, you're kidding yourself. It still be there because that void is a feeling, and until you work through your feeling, even if you make 1,000,000, you will still be in survival mode and you'll be asking, how is it possible, right? When you make 1,000,000, just think about this, your standard of living would increase. The car that you drive probably will not be the car that you are driving now. The people that are working for you will not be there. So you have to think about maintaining a certain level of income to support those people, as in like maybe your employees and your lifestyle. And so it requires more money. So if you don't know how to sort your money now, if you don't know how to manage your $1, why would God give you more? All right. And here's the thing, we are tribal people, in the sense that we work well in tribes. And monkey see, monkey do. Literally, we learn like monkeys. Monkey see something, and monkey follows. Likewise with us, especially if you don't have that strong confidence yet, you will look at other people for reference and, oh yeah, that's the one. However, like I said, it goes back to, um, the 800 years old analogy that I've given you. If you see people living until 800 years old, you would break your own belief system. That's why you need a community who is going on the same path as you. It doesn't matter where you are right now in your life. We all go through the same crap, regardless of where you are right now. I always say this, it takes a village to raise a child. It also takes a village to create success, especially for women. And it's so hardening to have a group of women behind you versus bashing you up. Okay? So if you're thinking about raising your rates right now, instead of thinking about raising your rates, I invite you to think about who you can become. So I started as the healer, and then I moved on to love coaching, and then I've always knew I'm not going to stay in love coaching for too long. I've always been interested in business because my entire family has been in the business, and has been entrepreneurs. They're really business, like the brick and mortar business, and I've always been interested in business because it's so interesting. So, but at that point in time, I couldn't teach business because I didn't have any business to kind of like shout and scream about. So the path was to do love coaching first. And I created a very successful, love coaching business. And then, and then I'm like, okay, this is time. This is time to move on to business. And that's what I did. And so you take one step at a time and you grow as a person. And you would just know when to raise your rates. All right. So right now, I would love to take some questions. I'm now back on the page. If you have any questions, okay, I can't seem to look at this. I'm going to go to my cell phone. Alrighty. And look at the questions. If you have any questions, it's a good time to ask me right now. Hi Kay, hi. So I want to do a quick shout out for Kay. Kay is um my website designer and she's also my cousin. um Kay, can you quickly put your website out, please? See, that's what I do. I love to promote women who do good work. Not she's just not because she's my cousin. I mean, if she's my cousin and she doesn't give me good work, I'm not going to promote her anyway. So I'm very fair in that way. So she did my website. Can you also help me type in my website, elisan.com? So she did my website for me, and I absolutely love. She did my current website and she did my previous website and your website as well. Tell us about the logo, why you decided to do that logo. And so it's like she did my other website and I absolutely love that website as well, but I outgrew it. I outgrew that website and I had website shame. I really love that website. I really do. But at some point in time I had website shame and I told her, you know what, I want to redo my website, and redoing a website requires money, right? So you need money to up level and raise your vibration as well. So I told her that I don't want to copy anyone. I want this website to represent my energy. And because Kay is also very spiritual, so I really trust that she taps into my energy, right? So the first website, I told her I want red. Red is my favorite color. And she's like, oh, no, I don't think so. Red is too strong. As you can see, red is my favorite color. No, I'm going to give you magenta. And so this time, she really created the website and I really loved it. And so before the main creation, I told her that um, we kind of like brainstormed the kind of look that I want and to want to reflect. I want it real. I want to wear clothes that I wear on a daily basis and not clothes that I just wear for socialite events. So that was what we created, and you can see it's you can feel that I'm just right there with you. And I didn't even wear high heels for that shoot. I think it was just flats because I just am a flip flop person right now. All right, so Kay, please also help me um type in include your website on the branding logo. Like she created that logo for me, was really beautiful, so there's a meaning to it as well. All right, so that's Kay for you. Okay, let me see. All right, so I have a few questions that came in. Let me refresh. I have it here. So Bernadette, do you feel it is important to focus on type of client need or be open to helping many different clients with different needs? I think knowing one type of client is important. That's not to say you can't serve. See, like right now, I'm serving the spiritual community, right? My past life was the love coach, because my website is still up there. And um, when they stream in, and I get to pick and choose, right? Like, do I want to help them? Are they willing to work? Are they willing to invest in my rates? Then if yes, I'll take them. But to answer your question, yes, it is important to focus on one client because that's just marketing. If you market to everyone, you market to no one. And I get it. This is part of being a woman. Like, I want to help everyone. Everybody can benefit from my from my gifts. Yes, I agree. I really agree. But on the business sense, it's easier to just talk to one person because she understands it. Let me give an example, Bernadette. When I was doing love coaching, right? I work with women. I don't work with men. I work with women. But can you imagine women? It's a huge, like a huge thing, like a huge, what's that word for it? It's this entire thing about women. There is 21-year-old woman who is single. Is she considered a woman? Probably still a girl, right? Like 21-year-old woman. And then there is maybe the mid-20s. And then there is the early 30s, right? Even within the categories, within that categories, women's a huge category. And then within those little binary categories, um, there are single women, there are divorced women, there are widows. And so we all go through different things at different stages of our lives, and we all go through, depending on where you are, the things that you go through, it's very different. So if you are a happily married woman, it's, I'm not saying that it's impossible, but it's a little difficult to coach divorced women or women who are, who are widowers, because you really don't know what they're going through. So you really, it's best for you to work with um women, I mean, as in divorce counseling or whatever it is, right? Like how to how to attract your true love, or how to have a good relationship. You don't know how to really manage the emotions of a woman being divorced, right? You may know, I don't know, but you know what I'm saying. So a divorced woman and a woman, or a single mom and who is a single woman, they go through different things. So you want to just talk to one specific type of client, so that when they visit your website, they know what you're talking about. So I specifically only serve spiritual people. I want to talk about love attraction. I want to talk about, past lives. I want to talk about the souls. And if someone doesn't get me, then it's very hard to do my work. And if you actually heard some of my past videos, I actually talked about um, my client must believe in God or the universe or the divine. Otherwise, it's also very hard to do my work, because I include God, divine, and the universe all the time. So there will be a clash of belief system. There will be a clash in values, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's just that it's going to impede your work. So yes, you want to find clients who are probably 2 to 3 steps behind you. So that would be much more easier for your work, and you really understand them and you walk your talk, right? Like, I specifically want to help spiritual women who are healers and coaches, because I have been there. I know what it feels like. Therefore, I've started the Spiritual School of Money. It's basically to help healers, and I know my mission is to help healers to make more money, because that's our story. It used to be mine, and I'm still working on it. Like, I can't charge for my worth. Like, if I'm doing God's work, then I can't charge for my service. Blah 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 blah. I get it. I really really get it. So um focus on one type of client. If they are like spiritual women who runs a cafe, then I don't know how to help them build that cafe, because I don't have that experience, even though they are spiritual women, right? I can help them on the money mindset, but I can't help them on their business. So with the Spiritual School of Money, I've decided, because everything is about money, making money, I've decided to include sales conversation and some business strategies in some of the modules as well, to make that holistic. Because I understand sales conversation, I know women like, oh my God, sales, but really asking for the money is just part of the deal and part of the plan. So we're going to, in the Spiritual School of Money, we're going to talk about money until it doesn't hurt anymore. Otherwise, it's going to sabotage you. All right. So the answer is no to opening up to helping different clients with different needs. So the answer is no. Okay, but the answer is no. It is important to focus on one type of client. But that being said, doesn't mean that you shut your door to other people, right? So you use your own good judgment. Right. So Irma has a question. How do I go from desperate to serving and earning and feeling authentic? Right now I'm working hard, but feel like I'm spinning my wheels. Oh, that's such a good question. I think this is a question many women would relate to. So working hard does not equate to money. Okay. So that's an employee's mindset. And you have to have the mindset where money, working hard is like compensating for something, right? Are you compensating to prove that, hey, I'm really trying my best, but well, like I'm not getting the results. So you need to find a system and a strategy that works for you, and then backed up by a good belief system, right? Similarly, with this Spiritual School of Money, you have, it's like, it's a system, it's a structure. But if I don't promote it, and if I don't want to work so hard, so this basic system and structure would allow me to do my work. So you need to have a basic system and structure in your business to help you grow, right? Like, I can chant all I want, I'm going to build a Spiritual School of Money, I'm going to build a school, I'm going to build a school, but until I get this done, I won't be able to have the basic system and structure so that it can automate for me and enroll clients while I sleep, you know so desperate to serving and earning, that's a feeling. It's like, that's something that you need to master, and this is what most people have in their mind. Like, until it happens, then I feel good. Until this happens, then I'm gonna make a move. It's the opposite, and I know it's like people always say you see and then you believe. This really is believe and then see. It goes back to your belief system. It goes back to your trust with the divine. Can you really make it? Do you really believe that the God and the angels and the divine is on your side, right? So if you, it's a state. That's what the law of attraction is. It's a state of mind. Law of attraction doesn't attract the things to you by just thinking I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich, and then here you are, like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, right? So law of attraction is really responding to your emotions and to your vibration. So you need to work on your vibration. If you are feeling desperate, then of course you're going to attract all the desperate stuff to you. And how can you, live your that life? So the thing is, you have to change your vibration. You have to guard your vibration. Guard your vibration. How are you feeling? If you need to change it, just move into gratitude. Just move into gratitude. Yes, I agree with it all. Changing how to reset the mind is what has been hard. Stop saying that it's hard. You don't want to do it. It's not that hard. Why don't you tell yourself it's easy, it's easy, it's easy? You know what, Irma? It's just a habit. It is just a habit. How you feel right now and how you respond and react to things is just a habit. And all you need to do is to change that habit. And it's literally a 3-degree shift. It doesn't have to be like, wow, 180 degrees. No, it's literally a 3-degree shift, and you will see a new world out there waiting for you. So now you find that it's hard. Tell yourself it's easy. And of course, the mind gonna go, ding, 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 ding. It's easy. Like, look at the things that are coming to you with ease and grace. Your breath. God doesn't have to have the air just like that for you. Look at nature. Everything is in harmony. So here's what we have to do. This is why the School of Money is so important. We go through 6 months to a year together to help us, collectively as human beings, as women, to grow. Yes, on your own is hard, but if you see other women doing it, then it is possible, right? Like there's this lady one of a student was just telling me, I gave her an exercise and she did it. And, this is the second person who told me this. The next day or in a couple of days, boom, whatever that she's given away came back to her in multiple folds. So, other students may be thinking, no, that's so easy. I'm not going to do it. The thing is, simplicity is the answer. And because now you see someone else is doing and they've got the results, then you will start doing it. That's what it's all about. Monkey see, monkey do. So we help each other raise our own vibration. Otherwise, alone, you're not going to do it. Like, you find it so hard and you're going to have excuses and this and that. Okay? So, if you don't master your mind is going to master you. And this literally is the work. It's not so much on the business strategies. It's not about how much you can charge or how much you can charge. It's not even about the raising your rates. It's literally back to what you believe about money. What do you believe about yourself, your self-worth, your self-value? That is the key. All right. So do we have any more questions? Any more questions? Any more questions? Good, Irma. Awesome. So we would see your development in the school. It's so awesome. So what's your biggest takeaway, Irma, from this, and what are you going to do now with this new knowledge? Because we're all about implementation. We're all about accountability, because knowing is one thing, but if you don't implement and you don't do anything about this, it's as good as not knowing. Okay. And so I'd like to take the last few minutes to invite you to consider to join our Spiritual School of Money. Irma's there, Dee is there, and I'm really proud of the women that are coming in. It is easy. Yeah, it is easy. I'm really proud of the women that are coming in. The goals that we're setting this month for the June, it's just so amazing. You can just see how they push themselves. So it's the Spiritual School of Money, and like I said, it's really a pay as you go program. I'm not going to lock you in for a year, because we are all responsible. You know what you need to do, and it's only $33 a month. If you need a one-to-one high-end coach but you cannot afford it yet, then this is a good place to start. All right. We have a Facebook private forum where the ladies are just interacting there. And we have, of course, a beautiful membership site. And the first module is coming out next week on Monday for you and Tuesday for me. And we're going to have a live Q&A call on every Thursday for you if you're in the States, and Friday for me. So it's not like I just give you the modules and you just study by yourself. No, it's not, because at the end of the day, we all know what's the point of giving you modules and it's going to end up on the shelf. It becomes self-help to shelf-help. So I've decided I want to spend some time with you, and that's what's going to help you with the one-to-one calls. So think about this. If you have problems with $3 or $33, then really seriously forget about manifesting $33,000. Hey, you're welcome. I have sin. What does sin mean? Sin. Okay. All right. So, uh, typo, autocorrect. Oh yeah. See you, Denise. I felt very unorganized this last month, even though I was focused on my business. I need to change my mindset around what needs to change before I can take action. I can take action now. Your belief system. And being unorganized is the ego, right? I mean, then you just have to organize yourself. And I know so is Oprah, so is the only difference between them and us is they organize themselves and they outsource. So you may want to think about outsourcing. Again, it ties back to the money, right? And it again ties back to your self-worth. So I invite you to consider, I invite you to join the Spiritual School of Money. What's the sales page, please, for this? I know Denise typo, but it's okay. I just read Kay. Kay, are you still here? She recently told us about. She sent me this article. Hang on, let me type the website out for Safrina. Here you go, darling. Uh, she told us. She told me that typo is actually good because it shows that you are a human being. So Denise, I know that you are a human being, and I'm not talking to a robot. How that brought up. You're welcome, Safrina. How that brought up is because she, as you know, she designed my website, right? And I wanted to. Hey, hi, Brenda. How are you? So I told her at the end of my blog, I want to say. Please excuse my grammar and spelling because I'm Singaporean and I have a Singaporean accent, and English is probably not my first language. Singlish is my first language. And she's like, are you sure you want to say that? Do people hunt you down? I'm like, yeah, there are people who tell me like, you have a spelling error here and your grammar. So this is coming back to being authentic. Probably 5 years ago, everything needs to be perfect. Of course, if you're doing like a public kit, what's a public kit? The media kit, right? Then everything has to be perfect. Get somebody to go through the spellings for you. But if you're just showing up as you, I don't speak perfect English. In fact, sometimes it goes blah, blah, blah. I mean, that's the way it is. And you want to show your authentic self, then it will have to reflect your authentic self. Sometimes when I type my newsletter, I just read very quickly. As Kay always says, your work is, you're so familiar with your words. Sometimes you get error. And some people would like, you got a spelling error here and there. I'm telling you, which is fine, because you know what? Dr. Seuss says, is it Seuss? Seuss. Those who matter won't mind or don't mind, and those who mind don't matter. So same thing, right? If they mind, they're probably never going to be your ideal client. So it's actually a good thing to use that to just eliminate here, because my screen just went blank. Here, because my screen just went blank. Okay, so I'm still here. Alrighty. So yeah, they're never gonna buy from you anyway. So feel free to be yourself. And this is what the school is also about, to help you build that confidence. Think about this, right? Your confidence and your money goes hand in hand. The more you love yourself, the more you're not gonna undercharge. So don't even worry about raising your rates or not. You would raise your rates when you are called to do so. You will raise your rates when you are ready. You know what I mean? So the school, I want you to think about in your life right now, how much is money influencing on your decision? right? The clothes that you wear, the house that you live in, the clothes that the clothes that you wear, the car that you drive, the job that you take, the customers that you take, and all the quality of your life. It's all decided unconsciously by money. So, in order for you to break free and to live your true, authentic self and life, you've got to be independent and make decisions regardless of money. Yes, we all have been conditioned, but I am telling you, if you want to live free and enjoy freedom, then you have to allow money to serve you and believe that money will be there for you, and really create a plan so that you will be secured. That's what it is. You want to feel secured. I'm telling you, if you don't have a plan, you can make as much money as you want. And if you don't have a plan to allow money to grow for you, you will always be this hamster on the wheel. So entrepreneurship, starting a business, is not going to help you get there. So this is what's all about. All right. I mean, next month is the first month there. We're starting this. I'm super excited. I wish I can take my chip and download on your head like right instantly, but it really takes time to grow a business. And I really want you to take time with this. There's no rush. We're all here to support one another. There really is no rush, because when you take time out of the equation, everything is happening for you and responding to you right now. So I want you to really think about this. When we can all live till 800, I don't care how old you are right now, you are still a baby, okay? And living to 800 collectively, if that's what you want, it is possible. Now, I know we want to go back to heaven because we think all the sufferings will be ended. But I want you to think about this. If there are no sufferings on earth, would you actually want to go back to heaven? To me, I wouldn't, because right here on earth, I get to enjoy the 3D stuff. If you meditate and if you are spiritual and you go back to the etheric realm, it's just light. Everything is just floating. I mean, it's not so fun. If you are struggling, of course, you want to go back to that state. How about bringing that state down to earth and feeling it right now? That's your job. And that's what it seems like our path is, to bring heaven to earth. All right. And that's your job, to work on yourself. Alrighty. So, are there any questions? Any other questions, my darlings? If not, I think that's it. So amazing. So amazing. I'm so happy to be with you ladies. Um, if you like what I teach here, I'm expanding this in the Spiritual School of Money, which I call it the school just for short. And Christine calls it SOM, SSOM. So either ways, it's fine. So I want to acknowledge Denise for being here, Bernadette for being here, Safrina for being here, D for being here, K for being here, Irma for being here. Did I mention D already? In case I didn't, D for being here. And I really appreciate your presence. And Brenda, yeah, Brenda. So if you missed this, Brenda, you have a question about pricing, right? So if you have a pricing challenge right now, I want you to first get your own ego and you're like, oh my God, nobody's gonna pay for my services, out of the way. Okay, I want you to get that out of the way, because regardless of whatever rates it is, somebody will be paying it. All right, trust me, somebody will be paying it. The key is not to create a rate and then bitch about it later, like, oh my God, I should have charged more, la la la. So when you bitch about this, then you're going to like guilt and all that kind of negative situation. Find a price that is really singing to you, and what you can do is really close your eyes, take deep breaths, and come to a place of centeredness, come to a place of peace, and then ask the question, ask God. I mean, he would answer you like, so what's the best price for this? So without being naive about your business, you must know, because I know Brenda, you run a brick and mortar business, so you must know what's your cost, what's your wholesale price, what's the cost of this, what's the cost of that. If you run a business online, you need to know your little breakdowns as well. You need to know what's your Aweber cost. I mean, Aweber, in a sense, that's the company that I use for keeping my emails. What's the cost of it? Your running cost for your website. My Silvertizer website has a running cost. It's $19 a month, so that's a running cost, right? What is your VA like? So for Brenda specifically, what is like the buttons cost, this and that? How much would it cost to put one piece together? That's your basic price that you have to charge no matter what, otherwise you're on the loss. So here, ladies, the reason why you run your business is to make money, and there is nothing wrong with it. Okay, so just allow your business to do its thing, which is to make money, and you freaking stay out of the way. Okay, if you have a problem with this, take yourself and put yourself in another position where you are the CEO of the company, you are the sales manager, and you're not the person in the business, you're not the person serving the business. Do you know what I mean? So when you are out of your business, then you take yourself emotionally out of the business, and you can see your business with clarity. So you got to know all these costs, and you cannot charge something lower than that, because then you're running a loss. You're not running a charity, right? You're running a for-profit business. So then you think about, there's rental for you, right? There's rental and all that kind of thing. So you got to factor in, if your employees got to factor in there as well. So I went to this noodle shop, and I really love her noodles. Every time around that area, I would order the noodles. And now that I'm vegetarian, I asked her that I don't want meat, I just want the mushroom. And so she said, well, because you don't want the meat, so I'm just going to charge you 20 cents less. And then she kindly, gently brought me to the board. It's like, oh, I've increased 50 cents for every bowl of noodle now because the rental is increased. So she knows, right? Like, since it's increased, and somewhere has got to increase, and it's increased by 50 cents. That's not a lot, to be honest. So you have to know, because she needs to make a profit and pay the rent that has just been increased. And you just have to be smart about this. And think about how much money do you want to make at the end of the month, per month, and then how much you would need to sell for X item, and then you would know roughly how much you have to sell per product. All right, makes sense? So I hope this has been helpful. If you are watching the replay, please go ahead and leave me a comment as well to let me know what's your biggest aha. And if all the ladies here, let me know what's your aha moments if you've enjoyed this, and so post me a comment. All right. It's 10:07. Thank you so much for being here with me. I know you are busy, and you need to do your work, and I would sign out in a minute. And just to let you know, the school is open for enrollment. Please enroll yourself, the Spiritual School of Money, and I look forward to supporting you and seeing you next week for the new module. All right, so